Hi, my name is Andrea and I'm a Fair Isle knitter. I'm going to talk about yarn dominance, yarn color, and yarn color substitution. When we talk about yarn dominance, we're talking about what makes that design pop. What do you want to stand out when somebody looks at the design? So for example, you have this design and the areas that are in white are what you want to see. It's got the nice floral pattern in the background. And the same thing for this little swatch here, is that you see the white areas, and that's what you would consider yarn dominance. So when you see yarn dominance in a pattern or in an article, that's what they're talking about, is what part of the pattern do you want to see first? What do you think is the main interest of that pattern? For this, it would be the leaves and then more leaves down here. So throughout this whole pattern, it's always the leaves. You look at the pattern and say, where are the leaves and can I make it dominant? Another thing is color progression. You see on this this lovely sweater, we've got a color progression from the purple down to kind of the corally orange color, with the main pattern being in white. So sometimes you have the pattern in one color and the background in a progression. Other times you've got the colors progressing both directions. And this is a nice example of that. You've got the background with the flower, with the white, and then going to like a cream and a brown and a dark brown and even a purple, while the main dominant area, the design you want to see, goes from blue all the way to a light green. And so you see that going on in these different examples. Here you don't have so much a color progression, it's just kind of the same color family going on with using different patterns of color to make the design look really nice. We have some examples of just changing up the color. So for this sweater, we've got this example where it doesn't have quite so much color progression in the main design. And in this one, you have a completely different look. You've got kind of like a real spring look versus a real fall look. So some ways to make up your own color progression would be to look at what color families they're from. Say if it's a burgundy, you might want to use a pink. If it's a light foresty green, you might want to use like a spring green. And another way to look at it is the contrast of the different colors, especially if you wanted to switch on something like this. You might try taking a picture with grayscale to see what kind of contrast you have between the different colors, which ones are light, which ones are dark, and how has the designer placed them next to each other. So some things are definitely easier to substitute. This would be an easier one to substitute colors on, whereas this one would be more difficult.